son. He shouldn't have a house.
Woo!
And turn down.
Your kid's not ready.
Yeah. We are back.
Yes, sir.
Back with another episode of the No Box Sports Podcast, brought to you by No Box Entertainment. It is not a dream, but it's episode 16. Yeah, I mean, and in case you don't know, I'm one of your hosts, Uncle Doug.
And I'm the original CP3.
The original CP3, and you better not ever forget it. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, we popping up on y'all on the late night. So all my people that got insomnia, that can't fall asleep ever at night, what's up? Tap in with us. We out here.
We got you.
We out here. You know we gotta get into it, man, because the Eagles advanced, man. We just faced the Packers. And you know, it was sort of like a battle, man. But the Eagles, at the end of the day, we took down them Packers 22-10, man. How you feeling after the win?
I mean, first off, we started the game off with a gut punch. Like almost, well, actually it was like an uppercut. It was literal uppercut. It was literal uppercut.
Literally.
Dude,
from the rip though.
From the kickoff, the dude got hit. And when you watch the replay, you can see his eyes like, oh shit.
We was playing no games with it.
Ball came out. Now I've heard people debate that we kind of got a favoritism call because we was home in regards to actually the Packers
recovery.
Actually got the ball.
That wasn't no recovery for real.
Whatever, we got the ball. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Yeah. Burks with the hit. Trotter Jr. with the grab.
Yes, sir.
So, with the recovery. So, we got that. And, then the offense scored with a Jahan Dotson sighting of a touchdown. Like,
what? Jahan Dotson, his first touchdown of the season in the playoffs. How about
touchdown? That? Hey, what a time to have one. What a time. So, like that, we had that. And, we had some, there was a low in regards to scoring and stuff
wasn't
like
that. Wasn't the prettiest game.
No, it wasn't offensively. Now, defensively, I think it was. Defensively,
you see 10 points up there. You see 10 points up there. That's serious.
When you got Darius Slay catching the ball with a ball just looks up and the ball coming.
Listen, we shut them out the first half. Go ahead and put the proper respect on our name. We definitely shut them out the first half, and we scored 10 points in the first quarter.
Yeah,
that's been something people been crying about all season. We've been starting slow, but 10 points in the first quarter, and we shut them out. So it was really both sides of the ball came out. To pay, man. We took them down 22-10, man. Saquon Barkley. Let's just go ahead and run through the stats. Saquon had 25 carries for 119 yards. Let me not short him. Jalen Hurts went 13 for 21 for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Smith was the leading receiver with 4 receptions, 55 yards. So that was the stats. We didn't really light up the scoreboard like that per se.
No.
It was kind of like a modest type of game when it came to stats wise.
I mean, offensively, I do feel like, again, defensively, that's the part where I guess we could look, we want to get real technical and stuff like that in regards to stats. We definitely shine defensively. I mean, we held the Packers team to 10 points. They got some weapons, and we actually knocked out some of their weapons. They already had injuries. We had talked about that last week. Christian Watson was out, and we knocked out a couple more, But before the game was over, I think Reed, which was one of their good weapons, and Dobbs, we knocked them both out. And it got to the point where they was depending on the 4th string receiver and Josh Jacobs. And once that happened, you knew that was the game right there. It's like, come on now, y'all not gonna beat us with a 4th string receiver. Like we ain't no punks. We ain't no bums. Our
started
defense
to get bad. It started to get bad, man. It did.
So like defensively, it was great. It's just offensively, we just did not put up enough points. Like honestly speaking, 22-10 does not really define how great or how defeated we put, how much of a defeat we put on the Packers.
It wasn't that close. It wasn't that close.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Like honestly, at the end of the game, what? Saquon had a run. He could have busted for another touchdown. You could have actually put on there 29-10, but he said no moss. They had a no moss play. He said, nah, we chill. We just
that's it.
Down.
We just gonna chill.
No moss.
We gonna relax.
So I mean, like we could have had that could have been a touchdown. And again, we're gonna talk about how Jalen, probably could have, if he had passed better, he probably could have got a few more points on it because the defense was good, but I still question whether their defense was good or is it just that we just didn't execute? Because I don't believe that their defense was so great that we couldn't have executed better. You know what I mean? So that score was not the 22-10, like you just said, it was not as close as that. It really wasn't.
No, we dominated them for real. But the reason it looked like it wasn't that close was because our offense they wasn't sharp as they needed to be, man.
Nah,
they wasn't. For as happy as we are to win versus the Packers, and our defense did what they're supposed to do. I know we talked a little bit before about possible concern with Jalen Hurts coming back. But he had kind of like a slow day. I mean, I want to reiterate his stats: 13 for 21, 121 yards and touchdowns. So we said he had to, have 2 touchdowns, which he did. One of the most important stats when they come to Jalen Hurts, where you can't understate this, is no turnovers at all.
Somebody said that.
You said that. As a matter of fact, man, I think we need to actually go to that clip. Because I want to let y'all know we ain't just on here talking. We ain't just on here talking because we got breath. We actually know what we talking about, and we really look at these games and really give insight. So tap in with us, man. It's a fun ride, and you can be with the winners, man. You can know what's going on before it happening. You tap in with us, man. So let's just go ahead and tune into that clip real quick.
Yeah, let them know. So I mean,
if the Eagles do this one thing, they definitely will win the game. The one thing the Eagles have to do on Sunday to advance to the next round.
Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Don't turn the ball over.
Episode 15. Don't turn the ball
over. We got the better running back. We got arguably the better receiving core. Just don't turn the ball over. Quarterback, don't turn the ball over. It's that simple. Don't turn the ball over. As long as you don't turn the ball over, you got it.
That's turn the ball over. So I would say we just got to win the turnover battle. That's what I'll say. We're not done.
Okay.
But if I feel like if Saquon Barkley has 25 touches, he had 25 carries, and Jalen Hurts has 2 passing touchdowns, we win this game. That's what he had, 2 passing touchdowns. Let me not say passing, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts has to have a total of 2 touchdowns, whether they passing, running.
Yeah, see that part right there, we got to cut that out. This game coming up, we're going to cut out the doubt. You was right on, and you doubted yourself. You was right on.
With the 2 passes. Because I know how Jalen Hurts do. Sometimes is he running it in from 3-4 yards. Sometimes it's the tush push. So for me, he need to be scoring for us twice. Because I know that's going to at least allow, we're going to have 20 points if Jalen Hurts scored twice. We're going to get at least 2 field goals, maybe a Saquon touchdown. Right. So that's what I was thinking. We get 20-something points. We play good defense. We win the turnover battle.
Yeah,
we got a good shot of winning the game. And Saquon with 25 touches mean he was an important piece and part of the game. And when we play like that, we win football games. So listen to us, man. That's the Packers and Eagles recap, man. That's the Packers and Eagles recap. So we basically just talked about Jalen Hurts and was getting into Jalen Hurts, man, this offense look a little slow, man. People all around the city panicking. They don't think he's right. There's some people that think, his first game back, give him some slack. He got the game done. He's a winner at the end of the day. What do we think, man? Is this first game back for Hurts? Because remember, he missed 2.5 games.
Yeah.
He went out second quarter of that Redskin game and ain't been back since. That's darn near a month of football he done set out and watched. And his first game back. But what do we think, man? Do we think he was just rusty, or do we have real worry about Jalen Hurts and his performance going forward?
Nah, I just think for me personally, I think it was rust. I think he's going to watch the tape. He's going to see what, I'm sure that the coaches are going to show some, examples of, people being open, or, hey, let's try a little more of this game. And, let's cut it loose a little more. And you're going to see a different Jalen Hurts coming up, man. Like, honestly, I feel it was rust. I mean, he made plays. The Jahan Dotson John, that was a prime one where he had time. Dude was open, strike. It was a strike. It wasn't even that was a great pass he threw to Jahan Dotson. Great look, great pass.
That was great patience in the pocket, because as it was developing, I was like, stay in the pocket, because he was looking like he was trying to get out. Then he did what Lamar Jackson do all the time. Lamar Jackson playing on a whole nother level. We're gonna get into that a little later on. But yeah.
So yeah, he did it, man. And then even the Dallas Goedert touchdown, and, it's a simple play, but Dallas Goedert, turned into a touchdown. But it's just like he found the guy open and stuff like that. Now, you can argue he definitely needs to give AJ a chance more. I'll say that. But I feel like that's just rust. I feel like that. I don't feel like that's something. I feel like he's going to look at the tape. He's going to see, okay, I could have did this, I could have do that. They'll fix that. I think they'll fix that, and we're gonna see it in this next game.
Okay. So Russell worry you think is Russ. You are not worried at all. Before I give my Russell worry answer, I want to give a shout out to everybody out there watching us now. Everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Instagram tapping in with us on the late night. I hope you at work right now. Hopefully you ain't trying to sleep and you turn this on, because you ain't going to sleep after you turn this on. This is one of them things. If you click on, you're gonna be glad you clicked on it. But most people gotta catch it later. So appreciate y'all rocking out with us. Go ahead, put a like on it. You know what I'm saying? Put some comments on it. We see y'all over there. Put some comments out there. Talk to us. We talk back. Don't be shy. But rest of worry when it comes to Jalen Hurts, man. I can't lie, man. I'm worried, man. And I'm only worried because I haven't seen him play sharp football over the past 2 months. We just been kind of winning routinely. He's been making plays when he had to, but I haven't seen him get in a game to where since the Cincinnati game. I haven't seen him get in the game where he had to shoot it out.
Steelers.
The Steelers. I think we had a defensive touchdown versus Steelers. I wouldn't necessarily call the Steelers a shootout. It
was a shootout, but okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Let you finish. Go ahead.
I wouldn't necessarily, call that a shootout. Like I don't necessarily like that word, but I'm saying that is a skill to where certain offenses, they air it out more than us. So if you get into a shootout, it's not really a big deal to certain teams if you got to shoot it out 1 week and score 40, like a Josh Allen led team or Jared Goff and that the way they run them offensive systems over there. So for me, I don't feel as comfortable in a shootout with the way Jalen Hurts playing right now. I'm not confident that he's seeing the field enough to where if we get in the game where we got to score every possession, that he's going to be able to get it done. So for me, that's kind of where my worry comes from. It's not saying that he can't. It's not saying that, it's not saying anything about his ability to. But a person like Jalen Hurts is not a pure passer like that. It's kind of like a rhythm passer. So a game to where a defense is really, let's say the Detroit Lions come out Well, let's say I'm not really worried about the Rams, but let's say the Lions come out and the defense that says Jalen Hurts throw for 350 and 3 touchdowns if y'all want to beat us. I don't know. I don't know that he's there right now. That's why I say I'm a little worried. It is Russ there. Don't get me wrong. It's Russ there too. It's a lot of Russ there. And he's knocking that off and he still make winning plays. That's what I love about Jalen. He makes winning plays. But I'm really hoping that we don't get in the position to where we got to and we can't, because we ain't been showing that we can whenever we want.
Let me stop you right there. I'm sorry. I tried to
do your thing.
This is the thing. You say that you haven't seen it. You realize part of the reason why you haven't seen what you're asking for in regards to the shootout is because of the other side of the ball. Facts. People forget that. Like, we can talk about it for conversation, and you can, like, you know, people, like, because it's not you, but I'm saying, you know, people that want to have their radio shows, like, they want to, you know, try to nitpick Jalen. But for real, what you're asking, you probably won't see, because the other side of the ball is kind of dope. It's kind of fire. Yeah. It's kind of elite for the league for this year. So you may not get that because we haven't, like, other than, honestly, if you think about the last, was it the 5 games or whatever, that Washington game, the second one where, you know, he got hurt and then we had that was the closest to a shootout, but that was A, because we had backups in, A, B, because the defense, for whatever reason, that might still be because
CJ got ejected.
That too, but it might also, that might still be because Jalen got hurt. And so we might have seen more points put on the board, which would have made Washington play a different game. The reason why it was so close and we ended up losing is possibly because we had a backups that couldn't really put points on the board like we wanted, right? And then the defense, because like you said, GJ was out, and we just couldn't. We didn't do enough on offense to wear out, to not, you know, to put pressure on Washington, and then the defense was tired. You can argue all that stuff, but other than that game, our defense has played so great that Jalen doesn't have a chance to do a shootout because our defense is so freaking dominant.
No, so you think we're gonna go through the whole playoffs not having to get in the shootout to win the Super Bowl?
No, what I'm saying is that you said it earlier, is that you believe that Jalen can do what it takes to win, but you can't. But you're saying that
in these type of games that we playing now. But if it goes up like tomorrow, you got to score 40. I'm not the most confident in that.
But what are you basing it on?
I'm basing it off of because our offense look choppy, our offense look inconsistent, our offense look elementary. That's what I'm basing it on. When I watch the game, I'm like, this looks bad. We're just better than these teams we're playing. So when we face a team that's as good as us, and we have to now score as much as them, and they not playing our game, can we do that? And I'm not the most confident because we not showing no type of rhythm to where we just, like, to me, when I watch, and I only could compare us to Detroit, and we'll deal with that bridge when we get there. But when I see Detroit play, they can hit a button to where they can start calling certain plays, and they know they about to open the offense up. Jared Goff about to knife these niggas. Jahmyr Gibbs, their play calling is in such a way, and Jalen and Goff spread the ball around the field everywhere in such a way to where if they get in a shootout, it's not that big a deal to them because they got so many ways to do it, and they do it on a regular. They don't have to reach back and try to catch or some magic that they ain't have weeks ago. This is they could just press the button.
I'm gonna say this. I think the problem is almost like a catch-22. For Jalen to do some of the stuff that you're talking about, I think he would have to possibly be a little more risque than he's been. Yeah. And I think the problem that I'm understanding from the experts as well as what I see is that Jalen got to a point, because early in the season, we talked about it on our podcast, we were frustrated about his turnovers. We were like, dude, you keep freaking turning over the ball. You're making these games way closer than they have to be. He cut that out for as best as he could. He cut that out. And I feel like the catch-22 is that he's trying to do his best not to turn the ball over and call, because he believes in the defense like you and I believe. And so he's trying to do, hey, as long whatever I need to do for us to put points on the board offensively, I can do. But what I don't want to do is do anything reckless where I put more pressure on the defense. They are playing, our defense is great. All I got to do is not turn the ball over, and we're gonna figure out a way to win this game. You're probably never gonna get the game that you want.
All right. So what's your favorite saying? One of your favorite
Two things
sayings.
can be true. I'm just saying, you're never gonna get what you want.
What you saying is facts. He doesn't get in those type of games. We handle the game in such a way to where nobody really has to overextend themselves like that on our team. That's not even the quarterback.
Yeah.
Nobody. Everybody does their part, and it equals a team victory at the end of the day. And that's the best way to win football games, honestly, because you can win any type of way, any type of game. So you saying that he ain't been in those type of games. We dominant, but when we do what we gotta, he do what he gotta do when he does get faced with an obstacle. So that's true.
Yes.
But what's also true is our offense ain't been clicking right for the past month, bro. That's
no, I'm not arguing that. I'm sorry.
With Jalen behind the center, not with the backups. So that's what I mean. Like last playoff when Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl, we got in a game where all of a sudden we got to shoot it out with Kansas City. And he stepped up to the occasion and shot it out with him. It was one turnover. But I'm saying, like, we've seen things from our offense that season and hitting into the playoffs to where we like, okay, this game, this year, I don't really know. But it's 2 years later, a whole another season under his belt. I do believe in Jalen Hurts. I do believe he'll be able to make winning plays. I do believe that we should not have a problem this week coming up, but it is a little worry there. But I am going to go ahead and end it all and say I will put most of my money on Russ because I'm not worried to the point to where I'm saying we about to lose. So it's just me. I'm thinking about all things.
I have faith. I feel like based on but I think for me personally, what I'm saying in so many words is I have faith in Jalen, in the sense that I think the definition of faith is believing without seeing, correct? I believe that's the definition.
Yeah.
And I feel like that because we haven't seen it because of the way the season's gone. But I just believe that when it comes down to it, and you brought up the Super Bowl as an example, when it comes down to it, I feel like forest past the trees, I believe that Jalen will do what it needs to be done if we're in a situation where we have to shoot out. The problem is our defense is so great that we don't have that problem, man. Just saying.
And that's a good problem not to have.
It is.
Salute to the defense. I'd rather not get in the shootout. I just know you got to win every type of way in the playoffs. And to beat the Packers 22-10 is cool. I think we're going to have to step it up a little bit more this week. But I'm looking at next week. I'm like, what's waiting for us? To go to the Super Bowl, you got to you ain't about to stumble into that. You got to go win that game. So, but it's most Russ. Hopefully he can not
getting the second pick. That's what's waiting for us.
Second pick. Oh, now you just
he broke the cherry. He broke the cherry, dog. He broke the cherry. It's about to go. It's about to happen.
Nigga, he predicted. To be fair, he did predict Quinyon Mitchell get his first pick the playoff game. But to also be fair, he didn't predict that a couple other games too.
I did.
He been waiting for Quinyon to get this motherfucking pick. He finally got it. So shout out to Quinyon Mitchell, man. He been in position all year. Finally got one. You see how that Joe fell straight into the bread basket though.
Yeah,
that's the type of picks he got to catch. Here
you go.
Hands. But he a lockdown corner. First playoff game. I know he's just gonna get better after the first playoff game. He like one of them computers. So shout out to Quinyon. You got a task on your hand this week, boy. That Cooper Cup, that Puka Nacua, that Kyron Williams out the backfield. So I need y'all to be locked in. This offense is a little bit more turned up than Jordan Love enough.
I'm doubling down. Pick 6, Quinyon Mitchell.
Wow.
I'm doubling down. Wow. Pick 6, Quinyon Mitchell.
Pick 6, Quinyon.
Put it in the air. Put it.
Well, yeah, I bet you if you get the pick 6, you gotta bring CP3 to the next game and let him predict what you're gonna do because
yes,
he just
sir.
now
Yes,
he
sir.
told you he's been willing your pick in the atmosphere for a long time. You never got it. But we're gonna go ahead and say that was mainly Russ for Jalen Hurts. A little bit of worry in there for me, but mainly Russ.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the people on his team will probably say he don't care what it is, he just better get the ball. Honestly, because he just been having a lot of time to get into literature on the sideline, man. This guy AJ Brown is who we talking about, man. Yeah.
Come on.
And he trying his best not to really go off like he could. He is because you know how these receivers get.
Yeah.
The receivers want the ball. They want the ball now.
do.
They don't care what's going on around them. And for them to not be in their bag, they got to find outlets. And it seems like A.J. Brown had to get his mindfulness game more playing with Jalen Hurts.
He did. Yo.
But people coming down on A.J. Brown, man. They making him out to be this bad guy for reading a book on the sideline. Everything AJ do is really under a microscope now, ever since Brandon Graham said that. So he literally is a person that cannot do anything during the course of a game without a camera being on him, waiting to catch a bad body language, a sound bite. And they found something wrong with him reading on the sideline, man. Is it going too far with AJ Brown?
It is like they just keep trying to. It's like the media just is trying to figure out a way, it feels like, to try to paint this bull in some kind of disgruntled light. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's not saying that. He has been, you got to give him credit. He's been a leader, man. He's been a leader. He has tried to say the right things for the most part. He had the one time when he said something about the passing and they blew that out. Like, honestly speaking, like, he said, what's the problem? What's the problem with the offense? He said passing. And people immediately thought, oh, you coming at AJ. I'm Jalen. You coming at Jalen. And you just trying, he said passing. They weren't passing the ball. All they were doing was giving it to Saquon and say, save us. It's like, Jalen, you could throw to these weapons. Figure it out.
Figure it out, man. Figure it out. And honestly, if Brandon Graham never said what he said, I don't think people will be reading into it as much, but he kind of showed it to the world that they're not really on the same page that they used to be. And I think that is obvious after going through the season. Because you flash back to last year, Jalen Hurts, AJ, or the year before that, Jalen Hurts make sure he gets AJ Brown the ball. In some situations to where we used to complain that he locks in on AJ Brown too much. We all complained about that at one point in time over the last 2 years.
That is fair.
But this year,
yeah.
I mean, we're not saying that. I've seen him look off AJ more than he's force fed him. And I don't know. You can say it's nothing. You can say they still cool. But to me, obviously, when you look at the body language and how they play football, and then you look at what Jalen Hurts say in his press conferences versus what AJ say, they keeping it professional, but there's not the same.
Yeah, but one could argue, if you want to, be technical and debate and stuff like that, based on what you just said, one could argue that Jalen was knowledge. Again, I feel like people don't give credit to the fact that Jalen does what it takes to win. He's a pretty knowledgeable guy. He tries to, that's not so much listening to the fans and stuff like that, but it's like, yo, if I'm focusing way too much on AJ, I need to develop my game so I can pass the ball to Devontae, my other weapons. So if I got to look off AJ, if I got to look off the easy person that I know is AJ to get the ball and try to, wait a little longer for Devontae and stuff like that, spread the ball around, I need to do that. I'm with you that he needs to go with the easy pass. If AJ's open, give him the ball. But it may not be a beef thing. People want to make this a beef because they got a story to write. But it's like, it could just be that he's trying to develop his game and say, yo, AJ, I can get you the ball anytime, but I got to get Devontae the ball. They still got to work on getting Dallas Goedert the ball. He had a touchdown this past week, but he gets overlooked a lot. People say And people want to talk about AJ, but Dallas Goedert
He
gets
should
overlooked
be
a
he should be
lot.
a top 10 tight end, universally
Yeah.
considered, but he don't get the ball enough. He could be a top 5 tight end, but he don't get the ball enough. So you are sitting there saying that AJ Brown having one target in the playoff game is acceptable.
It's not acceptable, but it's like, but again, I'm talking.
How is that possible? And this is your man. This has been your numero uno target. One target, not one catch. One target. That is crazy, bro.
I'm chalking it up to Russ. I'm chalking it up to our earlier topic. It's rust on Jalen's part. And
I'd have had to read a book too. I would have bring a massage therapist out on the sideline. I need to get my mindfulness down. If I'm a receiver,
right,
and it's the fourth quarter and we still fighting, and I got one target, are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm a Pro Bowler?
But but hold on. My issue was not even Jalen with that, though. That's the other part about it. It's not Jalen. My issue was the coach, the assistant, the coordinator. Excuse me, thank you, the coordinator. I didn't like the play calling that was happening with that play in the Packers game. For real, I felt like did y'all call AJ Brown plays? Did y'all call AJ Brown plays?
You can't tell me they ain't call no AJ Brown plays the whole game. That don't even make sense. See, for me, you can call whatever play you want, but if he don't throw it where it's supposed to go or the spot that's open, it's going to look like a bad play call. I think we got to a point to where he holding the ball a lot. Listen, this really now shout out to AJ, shout out to Hurts. We're not trying to stir no pot. We don't even want to do that. We're trying to keep
leave AJ alone.
Chemistry right. Leave AJ alone. He is doing the best he can to remain a good sport and be involved and block and stay engaged without getting the ball. And that's hard for a receiver to do. Yes. This is not how T.O. and McNabb would have handled this situation. This is a real grown-up, two professionals going about it. But I do think there's something there. But stop nitpicking AJ. Stop it. Because y'all just going to keep going until there's really some drama. And then when y'all do it, y'all going to say, told you so. Like, let him just play football. And I hope Jalen just give him the ball because this is getting ridiculous, bro. I don't have much patience for this AJ Brown not getting the ball because it don't make sense when you're trying to be the best team you can be. You can't be the best team you can be. AJ got one target. It makes no sense. There's no game plan or play calling. You can explain that to me. That comes down to throw him the ball this next play. If you in the second quarter and AJ got one target, you need to be throwing him the ball. He needed 4 targets a half at minimum. In my opinion, he needs 6 targets a half. But, I don't know. But leave AJ alone. That's the whole point of the segment. AJ is minding his business, reading books. And you heard that book. Shout out to the Amazon.
I think Jim Murphy is the author. He's loving this right now.
I know what he looked like now. I know what he looked like now, and I didn't know who the heck that was.
Right, I googled it too. I googled the book. I don't know if it's for me right now. I feel like there's some other books I got to read right now, but it's definitely saved on my reading list. I meant to check it out at some point. But
it's called Inner Excellence, by Jim Murphy. If you want to go ahead and read it and see what AJ was using to keep his zen on the sideline, it's called Inner Excellence. The boy by the boy Jim Murphy. So I'm not reading it because I'm not receiving for the Philadelphia Eagles. But
when you got one target in the whole game, you do have to kind of look within yourself and say, I'm still excellent. I'm still excellent. It's like the Stuart Smiley thing, I'm good enough. I'm smart enough.
And Jalen, no. Don't come near him when he reading the book. When AJ got the book out, stay over there, Jalen. Because we do not need the camera. If he read the wrong part of the book when you walk up, like you should be in demand, you should be in control. Then he see Jalen. You know what? I should be in control. Give me the ball.
But watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen in this game, bro. Watch what's going. They're going to figure that out. They're going to figure that out.
They need to because the Rams. I feel like they're going to score 20 points. I know our defense has been playing well. I think it's going to be low 20s, but we're going to have to go to that, near 30 score to beat them. In my opinion, that's a little early preview, but we talking about it, man. So let's just go ahead and get into it, man. The Eagles will win this game and we already played that segment for y'all. So y'all know when we say these type of things, we not just talking, we giving y'all the keys. So it's up to you to use them, man. The Eagles will win the game. Last week, we said the Eagles will win the game you said if Jalen Hurts don't turn the ball over.
Yeah. At the team. I said the whole team.
If the team don't turn the ball over. And they did not. And they didn't. We had no turnovers. I said that as well. I said Saquon need 25 touches. He had 25 carries. I said Jalen Hurts needed 2 touchdowns. He had 2 passing touchdowns. So everything happened and they won. So we about to tell y'all what y'all need to look for if y'all want to see an Eagles victory. So we're going to go ahead and start it up. The Eagles will win this game if they blank.
So we're not going to go with the obvious, even though also I need you to add that you challenged me about turnovers. Mm-hmm. And you tried to tell me that I was crazy for thinking they could get no turnovers.
No turnovers, yeah.
But they did. It can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of other stuff that can happen when you do that kind of game. We already talked about that. You start getting people reading books and stuff. But I'm going to say if they get at least 5 or more sacks on Stafford, like put that bull under pressure to the point where he get 5 or more sacks.
You went defensive.
Because that's what they did. That's what they did in that game when we played them earlier in the season. He had a lot of sacks. I don't know if it was 5. But if he wasn't getting sacked, he was getting hurried. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Getting hit. So I'm gonna say 5. If the defense can get a total of 5 sacks on this dude or more, we're gonna win this game.
You asking for pressure. You're not asking for no little bit of pressure. You asking for pressure.
Dude, we going against Nakua, Cup. I don't know who the tight end. I forget who the tight end is. You know what I'm saying? But they got weapons on there. We got Dylan with Williams. They're running back. They got weapons. We don't need Stafford being comfortable in there. We don't need him feeling like he can eat
that is his kind of his kryptonite. If you put pressure in his face, he doesn't really pressure up the middle.
Pressure.
So we need 5 sacks. That's what you leaving it at. You 5 sacks and no turnovers.
5 sacks, no turnovers, and AJ is more of the focus.
Not reading the book this week.
He's not reading the book. Well, he might read. You know what? He can read the book. He can read the book.
Last time he read the book is when we played Washington and lost.
Oh, okay.
That was the
I'm just saying. I'm believing that he can read the book, but he's having such a great game. He's like, "Yo, I'm just going to chill. I need to.
I'm falling back."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Solid, Dean. So the Eagles win the game in your opinion if AJ don't got to read the book, if we have no turnovers, and if we sack Matt Stafford 5 times. That means we need to be bringing that heat. Okay.
Nolan Smith, let's go. Keep growing.
So go ahead and log that. Y'all already know how we do. I'm going to go ahead and give my keys to the game, and I'm going to say it again. We don't need to have no turnovers. We just need to win the turnover battle. That's my opinion. We cannot lose the turnover battle in my opinion, that with the flow of the game and how we've been playing right now. So that's 1. Number 2, Jalen Hurts needs to pass for over 200 yards. He needs to pass for over 200 yards this game. I would like to see 230, 240, 250. I'm not going to speak on the touchdowns, but we need to scratch the field somewhat vertically. This is not going to keep getting over. So passing for over 200 yards. And Saquon Barkley need over 120 yards and a touchdown, at least 1 touchdown. If all of those things happen. Oh, one more thing. Let me go ahead and throw one more thing in the pot. Jake Elliott cannot miss no kick. Not an extra point. Not a field goal.
You're doing too much.
I'm guaranteeing if these things happen, we will not lose the game. That's what this segment is called. Is not try to cover every base.
If
these things happen, there is no way we lose the game. And that's what I'm saying.
I looked at it different. I thought you were jinxing us by saying that because I don't trust Jake Elliott.
No, I'm not even. I'm not giving him votes of confidence. I'm saying if he on his game, we're gonna put them away.
Okay, my bad.
So that's the keys to the game. We're gonna go ahead and post that and see how it happens, see what happens. It's a fun thing to just keep track of, man.
Come on, Jake.
Yeah.
on, Jake. Come on,
Yeah, man.
Come on.
We are getting into the thick of it, man. Let's just go ahead and get into it, man. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Los Angeles Rams going down this Sunday, 3:00 kickoff at Lincoln Financial Field. I hope that it looked like the weather supposed to snow last time I looked at the forecast.
Well, hey, now, wow. So the last time we played Matthew Stafford in the snow was when he was with Detroit, and Shady broke a record for Russia.
That
would be interesting. That would be
was one of
very
the
interesting
best games in
story,
Eagles history.
right? That would be very
era.
interesting story if Saquon Barkley had a similar game, maybe not break the record, but a similar game against Matthew Stafford in the snow in the playoffs. But I don't know if it's going to be that bad. But anyway,
it might be a little drizzle.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Flurries.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy, man. But we got to go ahead and get into it, man. We just told you what the Eagles got to do if they want to win. So let's officially go on record now and tell them whether you think they're going to do that or not. Who going to win? Eagles, Ram, and we giving score prediction because it's the playoffs.
It's going to be a close one. I'm going to say 24-17.
24-17, the Eagles or the Rams win. I don't know. You didn't say.
Oh, I'm sorry. 24-17 Eagles. I apologize. Thank you for
24-17.
I thought it was obvious. I thought it was obvious.
It could be to some people watching,
24-17 Eagles.
I ain't mad at that. I'm gonna just go ahead and get on it too, man. I think the Eagles will win too. I just think we're the better team. I don't think the Ram is strong enough from top to bottom to beat us. They do have an offense that's a little scary. Defense might get tested a little bit, but as long as we don't break, we should beat them. The score, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to beat them 28-24. 28-24. The Eagles will beat the Rams and move on to the NFC Conference Championship game. You feel me? You figure?
I don't want
feel
that game.
me. What? 24-28?
I want this score.
I mean, I'd rather it be a blowout too, but it's the playoffs. I mean, whatever type of game we got to get, I don't care at this point. I want to see a good football game. Actually, I want to see us get tested. I would hate for us to get tested in the Super Bowl and then lose because honestly, I got my team on the AFC playoff picture is kind of crazy, man. We about to go look around the league and get into these predictions. Yeah,
we did pretty good this past week, except for one game. I feel like one game we got wrong.
One game we got wrong. We're gonna go ahead and recap what happened, and we're gonna go ahead and get into these predictions for this upcoming week. But let's go ahead and recap what happened, man, because we had a pretty good wild card weekend. If we was betting, doing some parlays, man, we would have been all right.
Yeah.
But the only game we got wrong is the first game, the Chargers versus Texans. We both picked the Chargers, and the Texans came out and handled business, court fire at home. They're a dangerous team when their offense is rolling, but it ain't been rolling. I didn't think they was going to be able to. I thought the Chargers was more solid, but we got that one wrong. Steelers, Ravens, we both picked the Ravens. I think the Ravens is looking super dangerous. Bills, Broncos, we pretty much knew the Bills was going to win that when they did. Eagles, Packers, we picked the Eagles, obviously. Commanders, Buccaneers, we both actually had the upset with the Buccaneers. I mean, with the Commanders, and that actually happened. Rams, Vikings, we both had the upset there. I mean, even though I don't really consider it that much.
Me neither.
Of an upset, but
me neither.
We went 5-1, basically. So yeah, that's where we was at. So now we about to go around the rest of the league and see what's going on. Let me go ahead and get this bracket up here. We do post production on the fly. You hear me?
Yeah, I feel like I mean, however game you want to start with, but I definitely feel like we're going to differ on this one. We're going to differ.
You think so?
One. I think we're going to differ. Well,
based
on what we talked about in the pre-post, pre-production, I feel like we're going to differ. But we'll see.
Well, maybe you're surprised. Right into it. We're not playing no games with it. we're not playing no games with it at all. We getting right into it, man. Let's get into these playoff games. If y'all watching and still rocking out with us, I see y'all out there. Put y'all predictions in there as we go, and we'll talk about them, man. But let's go ahead and get into it. The first one, man. Let's go on to AFC because we really detached from that right now, even though we're keeping our eye on it. Let's start off with the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Ditto. I don't think much need to be said about that. Let's go ahead and move down to Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. This game is about to be crazy. The Bills versus the Ravens. Damn, who you liking this one?
I agree with what you said earlier. Man, I feel like the Ravens are going to handle business, but that's going to be the best game prior to
that game is going to be so crazy, dog.
Yeah, because the Bills, Josh Allen has been balling, and
Josh Allen versus Lamar, bro.
And they got a good defense.
Two quarterbacks that really win games off the wheels. So to see them two go at it, who you like though, man?
I'm gonna say Ravens. Derrick Henry's going to be the difference. I say Ravens.
Man. I'm picking my pick with my mind and not my emotions because Josh Allen is my fantasy quarterback for the last 2 years. We coming off back-to-back championships in the league that where original CP3 was in, so he ain't gonna want me to talk about this at all. Back-to-back champion. You talking to your champion, Doug Goodell. So that's really my guy. I'm invested with Josh Allen, and I really think if they beat the Ravens, yes, they go. But I think Lamar and them is different. They different right now with Derrick Henry and Lamar. Is looking like that 1-2 is just going to be a little too much in the playoffs if Lamar continue to play like he play, man. But that game going to be a nail biter. I do think the Ravens.
That's the AFC. That's the AFC champion. This game right here, Ravens versus Bills, is the AFC champion.
You can say that for real. But Kansas City is the 1 seed sitting there. Like, okay,
whatever.
We heard it all before.
Whatever. I'm just saying.
But yeah, we both picking the Ravens. Josh Allen, I hope you win. But I'm not doing this off of hope and a prayer. I think the Ravens will win. But Josh Allen, I can't even say that because that's Lamar. I don't know.
That's tough, man. It's gonna be a popping game. That game's gonna be popping.
That game is like great. I can't wait to watch that game. But let's go ahead and hop over to the NFC side of the bracket, man. Detroit, Washington, the 1 seed versus the 6 seed. Commanders went ahead in Tampa Bay and moved on, and they going to Detroit. Nobody really think they could beat Detroit. Let's really be serious about it. But they going into the 1 seed, Iridium. They going to Detroit. Detroit been sitting. They had the only bye week. A lot of players down on Detroit, but they still holding on some way somehow and got the 1 seed. So how you see this going, man? The Commanders at the Lions.
I got a couple. It's a couple Commander fans that I follow on Facebook. I know, personally.
No name football team fans.
And I feel like it's going to be the Commodores, man.
The Commodores.
The Commodores. The Commanders. The Commanders. The Washington Commanders. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I stole that joke from somebody, but yeah, the Commanders. The Commanders are going to to upset the Lions.
Wow. So the Commodores is going to beat the Lions. You crazy. So you saying Jayden Daniels, a rookie quarterback, is going to go into Detroit and go to the NFC Championship game his first year and beat the number 1 seed. The team has been wow.
Why not? If you watch this dude play, if you watch this guy play,
I have. I'm a fan.
The story. I don't believe in scripts. I don't believe in that whole, NFL trying. But I just feel like this dude.
I do.
This dude, is just like he is going to be a problem for us as Eagles fans.
He is, and I watched the young boy in a couple situations this year, and I couldn't do nothing but shake my head like, damn, we're gonna have to deal with this. Like if he keep developing, he very well could be the best quarterback in the division in 2 years.
He got the Super Bowl. He got the Super Bowl champ as his tight end. Former Super Bowl champ as his tight end.
Stop it.
Shout out to Zach Ertz.
Shout out to Zach Ertz.
He's got weapons. He's got Austin Eckler. and Brian Robinson, two really good running backs,
Mm-hmm.
had a good running game, just like Detroit does.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is not terrible. Their defense isn't stellar, but the defense is not terrible. They do what they got to do. They could be the upset. It's gonna be a barn burner. It's a barn burner.
I tell you what, if you want to play with that money line with Detroit, it's gonna be a good thing. If you want to play with the money line, you got some money, to double up.
Yeah,
might be able to play around with that money line with the Commanders and come up something crazy.
Yeah,
but smart money, I don't like it, bro. I just don't, and I'm trying to convince myself of that narrative. Jalen Daniels going in there.
Okay,
it's like even if he go up there and turn up the most he could turn up. What if Jared Goff turned up the most he could turn up? What if Jahmyr Gibbs turned up the most he could turn up? They got David Montgomery back. Amon-Ra St. Brown. They got one of the best tight ends in the league. They got Jameson Williams. When that offense is going, it's bad. You can't do nothing because not only do they got ballers at every position, but the play calling, it just gets stupid. And I don't know that Washington is going to be able to put a lid on that in Detroit. I just don't see that. I see them balling, but I don't see them beating Detroit. I don't. I think Detroit beats Washington. Okay. We don't agree on that one, but we'll see how that turned out. I don't really care either way because that's what we're going to have to see if we take care of business. And Eagles versus Rams, you already know we picked that one. You already know what we think about that. So that'll be the brackets, man. So let's go ahead and recap. We both got Kansas City taking care of Houston. We both got Baltimore over Buffalo. I mean, Josh Allen, do your thing, though, bro. You got the Commodores beating the Lions. I got the Lions.
Commodores, that's right.
Holding suit at home. I don't think they're going to let the youngest come in there and beat them after they didn't put in that much work. And I got the Eagles over the Rams. You also got the Eagles over the Rams. So we will have a different record going into the next week. And we're going to track this all the way in to the end of the season. But that was our official look around the league from the No Box Sports Podcast. You dig me?
I just want you to know I'm not repping Washington like I'm gonna be all, but I'm gonna just let you know if I'm right. I'm gonna let you know about it. You're gonna hear about it.
You can't really let me know about it.
I ain't gonna be humble.
The Washington Redskins.
I ain't gonna be humble. No, I don't care.
You brag about the Washington Redskins, it's like, how can you do that? We playing them next. And
I'm not gonna be humble. Don't care.
So you saying you're gonna wear burgundy on here? That's what you saying? You say you're gonna come on here playing the Commodores at the beginning of the next episode? That's what you saying? Detroit, I don't want you giving these little niggas no confidence. Get them out of here and let us come to Detroit and show you how the big dogs of the NFC East. That's how I wanted to go.
We want the Commodores to win. We want a home game. Come on.
We do.
Come
but
on. Come on.
I'm not rooting for no team in that game.
I'm not rooting either, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
One of us is gonna be wrong.
I need to put money on it. I really need to back up.
You need to get a FanDuel account.
I do need to get a FanDuel.
You sound like you ready to put a little check on it, because you could the money line probably plus something 100 right now, 300-400. Let me look it up real quick. I ain't even no betting type bull, but
me neither. But I need to do that, man. You stop playing.
Let me see what the money line is with Detroit.
Some extra money. I'm just saying.
Money line.
Set that Eagles home playoff game up.
Yeah, we tapped in with some people that's in the betting community too. Man, the Lions are 9-point favorite. Damn, that's almost plus 400.
Stop respecting. They just not
you put $1, you can win damn near $4 down. That's scared money though. Some people. That's you put 50 down, you a little 200, you a little 200, you a little 1,000, If you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. Scared money don't make no money, but I wouldn't bet on no other NFC East teams. You're Trevor.
Yeah, that's tough.
Uncle Dud ain't telling you to go do that. Uncle Dud telling you be safe with your money right there. That's not likely,
Right.
Right. I will watch that. Actually, I will watch that game if I was y'all. If you like betting, Let me give you some strategy because I really see how this stuff go with the football. Watch the game, right? And when Washington goes up, that's when you put your money on the money line for Detroit. Washington probably at some point in that game, they probably gonna go up 10-7. They're gonna make it look like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even know that.
That's
can
when
do
you
that?
bet on Detroit in game, and you're gonna get your money even more, whether you just put it on the money line now on Detroit.
Gotcha.
That's safe money, I'm telling you. It's from up. But we're gonna run this back. If y'all lose money and come back on the pocket, fuck nigga told me wait until the Jane Deere.
Right.
Listen, this is not professional betting advice. You are under the old controlling yourself. We is not liable for any money you lose on any sports betting platform. This is free flowing conversation that's just not to be taken seriously.
Right.
But if you take it seriously, you heard what I said.
Slide the brother a little bit of your winnings. That's all he's saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
his
sir.
Cash App is
it's out there. You can find it. I'm telling you. You see my @ name at the bottom. Just hit me up. I'll tell you what it is. If you win for real, you know, we independent with black business. Support black business.
I'm just saying, you know.
But yeah, that's our Eagles talk. You know, we gonna get all in the Eagles talk. We gonna follow them every step of the way, every playoff game. We ride until the wheels fall off, and we even gonna be here after the wheels fall off. So anything Eagles related, we gonna drop the clips. Stay tuned with us because we go to the Super Bowl. We gonna do a special event, watch party type event, and we want y'all pulled up in the building because it's gonna be vibes, and you know we're gonna get to this Super Bowl and really turn it up, you know. But you know, that's the Eagles talk. We're not really gonna really get into the Sixers like that. But if y'all want to see what's going on with them, go ahead. Look.
Who cares? I'm sorry.
The Sixers is just a real depressing situation right now for all parties involved. And we don't really even want to bring down the show like that. They just kind of like holding on. They like back against the wall, still trying to fight. They getting beat up, but they losing. It's like this. The Sixers is just a sad situation. I'm ready for them to just put the season in. I don't see how we get better.
Now we're not doing this, bro. We're not talking about these Sixers. Now we're not even giving them that. Nope, because that's the whole other rabbit hole. Nope, don't do it.
You're right. We're gonna tap out, lead the Sixers right where they at. But if y'all want to see what they doing, look, 76ers versus Indiana Pacers on the 18th, 7 p.m. Tap in with them. You know, tap in with them. That's all I can say. We'll and listen, we ride with the Sixers till the wheels fall off too. It's just that we want a different type of ride right now. We don't really want to deal with that car. We got that car parked in front of the house. We know it ain't shit. We want to take it to the shop and diagnose it. But now it's
like watching you start a show and you start a series and you just watching a bad season, but you started that series 2 seasons ago and you just got to see how it ends. And right now we in that part where we're in that bad season.
You can't just stop watching.
We just
that happened to me with Snowfall. I was just like, this is like in the Shy getting there too, but you know.
Whoa. Okay, see, you can't.
That's a whole nother show.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm critical when I watch TV. I don't want to just see throwaway writing and predictable. If I could predict everything that's going to happen as I'm watching the show, it's not good writing to me.
Sir, Snowfall. Don't get me.
I ain't predict the crackhead part, but let's not get into that.
Snowfall was one of the best shows ever.
No, because I didn't get why we got to get into that another time. We got to get into that another time.
Wait, no.
Franklin mom wasn't riding with him, and I don't know no black mom that's not riding with their son to the end. That's unrealistic. You're not going to do all of that, and you're not. You're going to take the money. You're going to understand the situation. You're going to ride with your baby boy because it's your blood. He came out of you, and I just don't like how she was so gun-ho going against him, and that was the reason he fell in.
First of all, this is No Box Sports Podcast. We can do the No Box TV podcast on another show because I would love to debate that.
We got some things coming up. Just tap in with us. Y'all got our @ name at the bottom. But this wasn't a dream, even though it's late. It wasn't a dream. This is No Box Sports Podcast, episode number 16, brought to you by No Box Entertainment. And in case you didn't know, I'm one of your hosts, Uncle Doug,
and I'm the original CP3.
The original, you better not ever forget it, man. Listen, I need y'all to tap in with me real quick. I just dropped a flyer for a comedy show happening Valentine's Day night, February 15th, the Ladies Night Showcase. Go to my page, Uncle Dud TV, tap in with that. We having karaoke tonight, basically. The 17th is already after 12 at Pulaski Hall from 7 to 10. So make sure y'all tap in with me, man. Uncle Dud TV. That's been this episode, man. We out. Please play the music. Let Mike